Hello, I am Zach Keston and welcome to the Beam channel. Today I wanted to talk about an aspect of property-based testing, which you can do in Elixir and Erlang with proper or QuickCheck in Elixir, which is the free version, or with Trick or with QuickCheck. All three work depending on which your needs. But first I want to say, if you'd like to help getting started with any of these, please give me a shout. I have a training course. I'd love to bring it to your company and help you get started with this or any other aspect of Erlang and Elixir. The question is, when you're using a property-based testing tool in Erlang, Elixir, or any other language, how many tests should you run? Now, there isn't a hard and fast rule, but it's worth thinking about. So when you're doing something in the concept of test-driven development using properties, which you totally can and should do, generally it's good to do the default, which is 100. If you're using a hypothesis in Python, by the way, it defaults to 200. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that, just somebody thought it was a good number. I don't believe there's any science behind why 100, beyond when they started it seemed like a good round number. If the tests themselves are slow, you might want to knock that down to 50 or 25. Won't hurt. You know, especially if you're doing test-driven development, you're going to run it again and again and again. So if you don't find something the first time, you'll find it the next time. After that, I like to, once in a while, do a really long test where I will crank it up. Instead of running 100 iterations, maybe run 10,000 or 50,000 or something ridiculously big. And that I generally do when I'm not in front of my computer. So I will, before leaving my office for the evening, start it running. I have a desktop. If you have a laptop, you bring it home. Do it on the cloud host, I guess. Start it running, let it run, and let it run all night. You know, it takes as many hours as it takes, sort of guess roughly correctly. It will be done when you get in the morning. And if it's not, just hit Control-C and stop it. You know, that's always valid too. You could also do that on your CI. And if you really want to run a lot, you could create 10 instances on 10 cloud containers and run them in parallel. Remember to turn up the size parameter though, if you do that. Have I ever actually done that? No. Do I think I ever will? It could happen, I guess, but I can't quite think of why. If you have a use case for that, go for it. Certainly don't let me stop you, just because I haven't thought of that use case. If you're using the QuickCheck, you actually can specify, instead of running for 50,000 or 100,000 iterations, run for a unit of time. So you could tell it, okay, run this test for 8 hours. And it'll run it for 8 hours, however many iterations that happens to be on whatever code and hardware you happen to be running on. So that's a nice thing. Proper and stuff don't do that. But you know, you can again just let it run over a weekend or virtual machine somewhere that you don't care about. If you have a spare computer sitting around the office, run it on that or something. That is how many iterations I would run in QuickCheck or property-based testing in Erlang. If this was useful to you, please like and subscribe. You can find links to contact me down below. And I really love hearing from your comments, and you can ask. So please get in touch with me.